Since I started this channel a few months back, there's been one thing I've been meaning to do. Some of you probably thought I forgot about it, but I didn't. The bomb. It is your boy, the Hoss of the Sauce, Pete Moss, and I would like to officially welcome you all to Pete's Peppers, your several stop shop for so many things spice. And I am pleased to report that Jay Rich is back. Jay, how you doing, bud?
Good, how are you, Pete?
I'm doing good, man. So, I gotta say I have a lot of respect for you because, you know, most people would not dare do this at all, and you actually said, hey, I'm not opposed. So, as you guys know, we're doing the bomb. I did it once before, and it, you know, did not go over very well, as it normally wouldn't. Have you ever done this before, man?
No. It's not as bad as the chip. There's no way it's as bad as the chip.
No. I would even go as far as to say that it's only like this much better than Mad Dog 357.
Okay.
But I will say this, like, it threw me for a loop. If you guys really want to know what how it went down, I think it was November or December that I experienced a bomb. It was actually at the place where we got our wings today. It was Ron's Pizza. Here's a little footage if you want to see what it is we're in for. Maybe I'll see you on the other side. Let's see what happens. The kick is definitely there.
There's that one.
Got the family with small children left because I may have to drop some F-bombs here in a minute.
No.
Sure?
Just in time for the show. Keep rolling. There's more. There's absolutely more.
Hot.
Either it's hot or I'm just a little bitch. I don't know.
Your hands are shaking now.
Thank you.
The bottom of my tongue is on fire. Like, what in the hell is going
Don't you
on?
be laughing. We saw your face.
It didn't grab my throat like you said, but it's there. It does taste like a yak's ass on fire. Jesus. Oh god. Oh god. All right. Oh god.
Not handle it.
Okay.
You alright?
All right. I think I'm still there. Whew.
What's so funny?
So yeah, it's something else,
look
man.
good.
Yeah,
Not
I mean, but overall, that's not the only reason we're here. We're also here to talk about the fact that OSU football is back.
Absolutely.
Yes, so they're playing Minnesota.
About an hour from now.
Yes.
So,
And
pre-game jitters and the bomb jitters.
So many jitters. But also every little thing that, you know, we love that has brought us and kept us together as friends, whether it be It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, whether it be Marvel, whether it be Star Wars, whether it be any any version of pop culture. We can, you know, go on and on and on about the things that we've, you know, talked about over the years. But I mean, why don't we just get started?
Okay, sounds good.
So I do have to ask you a very, very serious question right now.
What's that?
If you had to pick your favorite episode of Philly, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia ever, what would it be?
Hands down, gang sells gas prices.
Gang sells a gas crisis?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. If I had to pick, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but it would probably have to be between a couple.
There's just so many great ones, right?
Yeah, it's really hard. I'd have to be The Gang Tries Desperately to Win an Award.
That's a really good one.
I wanted to pick a classic. There's a couple classics in there that I want to throw in there. Like Mac and Dennis Manhunters is so good.
Yeah, that's also very good. Anytime you have Charlie Day singing in an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's going to be a classic.
Yes. Like, it's absolutely great. Is there any that you would put up there as like, not that the worst, but the least good? Have there ever been any that didn't live up to your expectations?
There's one, and I can't even remember the name of it. I've only seen it the one time. The one where they go back to the Revolutionary War. I was not
the Liberty Bell.
Yes, Gang cracks the Liberty Bell.
I wasn't crazy about that either.
Yeah, it's not the greatest in the world. I mean, it's still funny. It's just, it was not what I was expecting.
If I had to pick one, I'd have to say Mac and Tennis by a Timeshare.
Oh.
Nothing about that did anything for me.
You didn't like Rowdy Roddy Piper in that one? I feel like any
I liked
episode
him.
with Rowdy was...
I liked him a lot better in the first episode he was in.
No.
I felt like he was just there. It didn't
Game
feel like
Wrestles for the Troops, I believe, is the first one with
Yeah.
Maniac.
the Timeshare one, I felt like he was just there. I don't feel like he did anything.
Right.
That's just me. That's just me. So, with season 15 on the horizon, what do you think we can expect?
I have no idea. I mean, there's been plenty of things in the last, I believe, like year for them to go crazy with, so anything's possible when it comes to that show.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Family Guy, South Park, pretty much any sitcom,
Right.
pretty much the world is at their disposal.
Yeah.
That is pretty much the way that they can do it. Like,
I mean, they're untouchable. They can do whatever they want.
they really can. Like, and we've seen kind of like the little openings into their world that they've already given us. I mean, the Birds of War are making a comeback.
Right.
You have no idea how excited I am about that.
I bet.
When Amish decided to give themselves a little bit of a tweet that said, "Hey, you guys are gonna,
I saw that.
if we wanna, we're gonna make a shirt for Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What would it be?" That was what I wanted. I want a Birds of War T-shirt.
Absolutely.
So that's my personal thing. Like, and for those of you who are not aware, I'm actually currently writing an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I haven't gotten past the cold open, but I have not forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And when I finally finish it, you guys will be the first to know, and it is going to be absolutely epic. So, for those of you who don't know, this coming weekend is the opening of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I personally cannot be more excited. We're actually going to see that together.
Yeah.
And, this past year and the last, couple years in general has been a transition period for the MCU. After Avengers Endgame, a lot of people didn't know where the MCU was going to go from here. So with Disney Plus and COVID-19 as well, like with the movies being delayed back, every show like WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, recently Black Widow, it's given a telltale of what Phase 4 looks like. And honestly, one that I'm really discounting a lot, simply because it came out so recently after Endgame, is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Right. I mean,
That planted a very early seed into Phase 4 that a lot of people forget about,
Right.
especially with the trailer for No Way Home that just came out,
Right.
which this phrase gets beaten to death a lot. That might have actually broken the internet.
Yeah, it's the most watched trailer of all time, right?
Yeah, it's how do I put this? It actually polished up the internet to break it in a way that I've never seen before. So, quite frankly, I was very, very pleased with it. I cannot wait to see the film. I keep watching it more and more to see if I can find more Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like Doctor Strange had been in quarantine from COVID, but
Yeah. Well, and he didn't fix the hole in the roof from Infinity War, so.
I think he wanted a memento from the battle, from
Right,
where
right,
he came
I'm
from.
sure.
But Do you know anything about Shang-Chi? I personally do not. I was not familiar with it at all until they announced it at the the event earlier. Because I'm not familiar with the comic books.
Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, really, like with all the Marvel movies, you know, you just jump in and you go, okay, like who's this guy gonna be? Like, who knew anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy before you walked into that movie? I had
never heard of them, honestly.
But, you know, it looks like it's gonna be a really exciting movie. Marvel has like 100% track record. I've never seen a bad Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like there's a lot of guys from, you know, Phase 2 and 3 that I had never heard of. I had never heard of the Guardians. I had never heard of Ant-Man. I had never heard of Doctor Strange. But they ended up wowing you. And there's some people that had never heard of Iron Man. And Robert Downey Jr. made him a household name.
Absolutely.
So, maybe that's something that can happen. I personally am very much looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We got Doctor Strange, Wanda, and Loki.
Yeah. So,
another one that I'm very curious about is the Captain Marvel sequel coming up here before too long. As we all know, in WandaVision, Monica Rambeau comes back, and by that point, her mother, Maria Rambeau, has passed away.
Right.
Do you think by this point, Carol knows this?
Oh, probably not.
Do you think that's like her finding out is something to do with the story?
I mean, it looked like they were setting up the fact that,
like, because we did see some scrolls in WandaVision.
Right.
So, a lot of things going on, like Secret Invasion Easter eggs, little tellers from basically saying some potential cast members from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe. Who knows, man? But either way...
I don't think they're ever going to bring the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Kevin Feige apparently hates those guys. So I don't think the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people are ever coming back.
I have never heard this. Is that why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not on Disney+?
Yeah, that's why all those TV shows, the Daredevil, the Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, the Defenders, Iron Fist, all those shows kind of got kicked out of the way when Kevin Feige took back over the television because, you know, they kind of just went and did their own thing and they're never coming back.
That sucks, man. I am a massive... I'm a Phil Coulson lifer. By the way, I haven't finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet, so if any of y'all have any spoilers, please leave them out of the comment section. If you could do me a favor and do that courtesy. But yeah, I'm very excited to see like what direction the MCU goes, because not only do we have this, but we got the Eternals in November.
Yes, we're very excited. That actually comes out my birthday, so that's like a birthday present from Marvel.
Happy birthday, Jordan Richards.
Yeah, so we're very excited.
It's gonna be fun, man. Like all of it, you know. I cannot wait to see what direction this goes.
Yeah, it'll be really cool.
So this is what we're in for, in case you guys were really wondering. So this has 135,600 Scoville units, and it's a product of Kansas City, Kansas, not Missouri. Kansas City, Kansas. It actually exists.
Don't make that mistake.
Yeah. It says this sauce is extremely hot. Keep out of reach of children. Consume one drop at a time with extreme caution. And there's also something in here about keeping it out of your eyes, which I can say from personal experience, that's actually true. So even though we didn't sample every single one of these, I do recommend you try each and every single one of them, because you will see them at least one other time on Pete's Peppers, because I can say from personal experience, every single one of these is top notch. All right. Oh boy.
So let's see.
All right. See you on the other side, brother.
See you on the other side.
scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where he gets the wax done.
Yeah.
The first time around, he's like, well, it hurts the first time. Then he gets it done the second time. He's like, everyone hurt just as much. That's what I'm experiencing right now.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, nope.
Ah. Ooh.
Ugh. It was really hot.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
Ah. Ah. Whew. It doesn't get better each time. It really doesn't.
So that was.
I feel like a really bad friend.
No. I should have learned how to say no a long time ago. That was a lot hotter. I know, like on the Scoville scale, it's not nearly as hot as the chip, but I feel like there was just something different between the liquid form of the hot sauce and the powder on the chip that I just don't believe that it was the same intensity.
Okay. So, now that we got that out of the way, in closing, I do want to ask you a few questions because today it is the return of OSU football, and I do want to ask you a few questions on that. Obviously, by the time you guys see this game will have passed. They are playing Minnesota. Overall, in the grand scheme of things, what do you see for the future in this season for Ohio State?
I mean, he's not a freshman, but I mean, you're starting a first-year quarterback with CJ Stroud. He's going to have a lot of offensive weapons when it comes to the receiving core. However, when it comes to running back, there's still some questions. I mean, we're losing a lot of guys there. Defense is going to have to step up in a major way this year, just to deal with, you're going to have a CJ Stroud just making, those first-year mistakes that just happen. There's going to be fumbles, there's going to be mysteries and interceptions.
Rebuild.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it a full rebuild because at the end of the day, you're still Ohio State. You got Ryan Day as your head coach, so you're still one of the top, 4 or 5 teams in the country. All the quarterbacks from last year's NCAA, the Final Four last year, they're all gone. Everyone's rebuilding in the same spot, so it's really just going to come down to who's going to have the best.
So it's still a level playing field.
Yeah.
No one's at an advantage.
Yeah. Well, you got teams like Texas. You got teams Oklahoma, Texas, Texas A&M. Maybe some other guys looking in Iowa State's up there. They're going to be looking to take advantage of the fact that the big dogs in college football all may have taken a step back. I think that we're going to have a situation where this year the Power 5 is as level as it's ever been. I think
it is an interesting way of looking
it's definitely going to be a situation where you're not going to have the big 3 and then one guy, usually Notre Dame, Oklahoma, or the Pac-12 champion, sneaking in there. I think this year, for real, it could be anybody's game. So hopefully Ohio State brings the best they got. I'm not going to make any predictions about tonight's game because this is coming on Saturday. I'm not going to get cold takes exposed. So,
no, definitely, I get that.
Hopefully the season turns out good.
No, I totally agree with everything you just said. Last question.
Oh my God!
And I have to ask you this because I wouldn't be your friend if I didn't. Do you think there's a chance we get that OSU biopic with Kevin James as Ryan Day?
I mean, it depends on how long Ryan Day stays. I mean, if he goes to the NFL, that biopic may be about, the Patriots. when Belichick retires, but I don't know. We'll see.
You think Ryan Day would be the successor? I would be opposed to
the
that.
Patriots? Yeah,
I would not be opposed to that.
What job in the NFL is Ryan Day going to take over Ohio State? I mean,
I was going to say I wouldn't be opposed to that. Like,
he's not going to go and coach the Jets, but he can, be the king of Ohio State Mountain. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
How do you think the secret is Ryan Day's beard?
I don't know. I think he shaved it. He said in
Did
the
he
press
shave it?
conference the other day that he had to shave it.
So it was a
'cause
postseason beard.
It's superstition. Yeah, it's his. When he's not playing, he grows out this really cool beard. And he looks awesome.
Fans do that,
He
so who
shaves
knows?
it off. I mean,
But Jordan, thank you for
Yeah.
doing that. Thank you for coming on. I mean,
I'm sure I'll be on again to try some other ridiculous thing. Cry for 20 minutes.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better,
God, it's still in my fingers.
if it makes you feel any better, I do it too, and I'm the host of the show. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're on here with an expert or anything like that.
Yeah.
But guys,
I'm gonna have to burn the bar down because this bomb is everywhere.
you know the phrase that I normally
It's
say.
a landmine. It's a landmine, folks.
You know the phrase that I normally say, which is I love spicy food even if it kills me. But given the circumstances of the day that we are on today, I'm saying something different. Thank you so much for tuning in to Pete's Peppers and OH.
I-O.